guys! Welcome to Life Chats. As you can see, it's different. Why? Because Kevin moved again.
Yes. For those who don't know me, this will be the 25th time moving, I think. Something crazy like that. So we're in a new location. This will probably not be our new set. I don't know where our new set's going to be. We'll figure that out later. I like it how Michael has the Leafs jersey propped up here.
Okay, a couple things. Now, this is, we're going to give you a little behind the scenes kind of thing here. We're actually shooting this on Canada Day, so welcome Canada Day.
Well,
happy Canada Day.
Uploaded later, so it's not going to be Canada Day anymore, but happy Canada Day
happy
for
Canada
those.
Day.
We're recording on this day.
Second of all, those of you who know us know that we are not Leaf fans at all. But I put this here because I was right about the Tavares thing. Alright, I knew a month ago from his cousin it was between the Isles and the Leafs, and certain things the Islanders had to do. They didn't do all that he wanted. I don't actually know what those things were.
But you said that you knew.
I knew that certain criteria had to be met for him to sign. They didn't meet that, and last night's Happy Canada Day tweet from JT, I knew. And also, I got this hat. You could see it's dirty because 12 years ago I got it in Florida. And why in Florida, me, you ask? Well, I had them type it. No.
What's wrong?
I'm very tired.
You're really forcing the energy tonight, man. It's coming across very forced.
Alright, I'll chill down.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
And I got a lot of ugly looks with this hat in Florida. I don't think they take kindly to Canadians there, but our country's number one. Okay. So, today we're talking about...
That whole 2 minutes had no point, but I'm glad we're keeping that in anyway, so that's cool.
Yeah,
I heard that notification. Okay, so...
So the other...
As you're texting while doing...
No, I'm not texting. I'm looking at how much time we have. We're good.
We just started, so yeah.
So, we go in public. I'm starting to say...
We do go in public.
I'm starting to say vague references like you now. I'm turning into you. It's awesome. We go out and...
We do stuff.
We do stuff.
Keeping it vague. We go out, we socialize in various different scenarios, yeah. But what are you trying to say, Mike?
So what we do... Oh my god. Get it together. So we go out... Alright,
you get to the...
we're going to bleep that out. So, we go out, and every time Kevin and I go out, we somehow, not every time, but most of the time, I would say 83% of the time, we go out, and either people overhear our conversations, or we get to talking with strangers, and we have deep and meaningful life chats, and we get to know them very well.
The reason why people hear us is because you're talking too loud.
Oh, is that why?
Probably. Maybe.
I like to think that we're interesting.
I don't think so.
So, but we just want to, and just something I've noticed over the years, Kevin, is that you really take an interest into other people's lives, whether it be strangers. What's wrong about that?
No, I like it how you're questioning my empathy as it being weird. You're like,
did I say weird?
That was where you're going.
No, it wasn't.
Because strangers.
No.
The fact that I take an interest in people's lives, and you're like, what's the deal with that? Why do you care? How about you up there? That's just who I am. I like it how that's a big deal. I happen to be a caring person, and you're like, what's the deal with that? What's wrong with you? I'm like, alright, cool. I guess that's the point of this conversation.
Oh, God. But I had a question, and I completely forgot now. Thank you very much. So Kevin, when you're meeting...
You forgot the conversation.
I completely forgot. So, Kevin, when you meet like these new people, where you know that you're never gonna see them again or hear from them again.
Yeah.
What I'm trying now. I feel like any question I ask, I'm gonna come off like a jerk.
Well, you wanted to ask this. So
okay. So, well, now I don't know.
What did you expect?
I expected you to answer and just let me ask. But why is it that what's so intriguing about the one-on-one conversation? Oh, more not one-on-one because last time we went to Toronto it was more. What?
I like it how this is the question. You're like, why do you care about other people?
Okay, why? What is so interesting about other? Are you interested in people's backstories and how they got to a certain place, or why is it that you take such a vested interest in someone when you are never going to hear from them again? Not that it's weird.
Probably because that's just the point. It's so special to get to know another individual on a personal level that I learn about someone else, and I also learn about myself in the process. And I think with regards to talking to other people, I don't see the need to, if I strike a good conversation with someone, I don't find the need to follow that up. I don't meet someone and have a nice conversation with them with the expectation that, oh, I'm going to see you again. Because I think as humans, we all have a story. So what I think I was saying was there's no need to you can have a meaningful conversation with someone. And this is what I find beneficial at parties is I find the one-on-one interaction to be a very intimate engagement.
Yes.
And I find it's just interesting and I guess this goes back to my own interest in philosophy, how people see everything differently. And to talk to people about their points of view and to basically get someone's life story is meaningful because there's no strings attached. There's no ulterior motive to do this besides just having a great conversation. I get this proverbial high from having a good conversation with someone. As my personality type,
Right.
I get energized by having a meaningful conversation with someone, and then time just goes by quick.
But, and I'm just asking, not because I think it's weird, because we're living in this kind of weird world now where everyone is on the go.
No one cares about other people.
Right. No one will stop and talk and shoot the shit, as it were. And if you don't know Kevin, when we go to restaurants, and this actually doesn't bother me at all. This doesn't, but a few of our friends it does.
Well, who cares?
I know, I agree. But what Kevin does is he befriends the waiter or waitresses. It actually doesn't bother me. I think
by befriending, literally taking 5 minutes.
I know.
Maybe most.
But
5
it's interesting.
minutes.
But it's interesting how we find out everyone's origin story. And Kevin, I don't know if he has a checklist, but he does he likes to ask are you studying? What are you studying for? What brought you to this place?
No, because everyone has a story.
Right.
And like you said, no one in this generation cares to ask. Mm-hmm. But everyone wants to tell their story, but no one cares to listen to other people's.
And that's why we have life chats.
So people can hear our opinions and we can dismiss them.
Oh, I meant general, not this channel.
No.
But do you have a certain set of questions that you ask them?
It's general questions that most people. Yeah, it's not like I have to ask, what do you do for a job? It's not that I have to ask what your favorite movie is. It's just it comes up in conversation, and everyone. Well, no. When you think of what you went to university for, to college, you spent so much money to go there. You would be proud of what you're doing. So to have someone ask about it, I feel makes other people feel good because it validates what they were studying, and that's just who I am. And I think and why did you want to talk?
No, I just found it. Well, just because I don't know. It just seems to happen every time.
We're already running out of show ideas. And
we always said we could only do Elmo once. So
thank God.
But it's just something that's interesting, and when we do go out, it just seems to be we've had and maybe it is because I'm so loud, but we go out, and I remember that one time at the St. Catharines Mall where a lady literally came up to us and was like, "Thank you, you made my break that much, that entertaining," and it's just it is interesting, and people, it's not weird. It doesn't cost anything to be nice, and people's voices do want to be heard, and it was just something that was interesting. The last time we went to Toronto. That it happened again. It was not bad.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't bad, but it was just something that I always and I noticed you getting enjoyment out of that. And in today's world, people get enjoyment of telling their story. But for you, Kevin, it's the opposite. You like to find out what it is about these people that make them tick. You're the one that asks the questions. You're happy learning about them. Where I get accused of this. And I don't know how true this is, but I like people learning about me.
I feel that's pretty accurate. And that's why we get along so well. I keep probing you questions. You have absolutely no problem telling me about your entire life. I feel that's why we get along so well. Like, actually.
That's not completely true.
That's a big part of it. Yeah.
But yeah, so...
And I think the problem, like you were saying, is people like to be heard more than they like to listen. And I think there tends to be this issue with generosity or kindness being misconstrued as what is the ulterior motive again.
Yes.
Because again, people, like you said, people don't. There tends to be this. What's the word I'm thinking of? There tends to be a not a stereotype, but the idea that people of a millennial generation do not care
Right.
about other people beyond themselves.
And do you find it different depending on which, like, a guy or a girl that you're talking to? Like, do you
no,
think
it's
that
the same.
Okay, because I was wondering,
Young, old, boy, girl,
like,
it
if
really
you-
does not matter.
like, if you talk to a girl, like, is she thinking, like, why is he asking all those questions about me? Is he interested, or like?
No, because I don't. There's no romantic
right.
encroachment. There's no indication of being interested in them romantically.
Right.
It's just genuine. Tell me your life story. That's it.
Now you've had so many of these. Are there any that still stick out in your mind that you still remember, or like once the life chat's done, it's done?
Well, it's not that it's done,
But, like, you've had it and-
it's just it's hard to remember everything.
so often.
Yeah, and it's hard to because of my own life and what I have to remember with being in school and everything.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm cramming for an exam, the last thing I'm trying to remember is what someone said to me that they did last week.
Right.
Because I hate to be like that, but my brain does not have the capacity to remember every specific minute detail from the last 10 years. I don't think anyone has that capability.
No, no one does.
So, are there stories that stand out in my mind as being impressive? Yeah, I think our friend's story of survivalism and
Oh, you're talking about?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to name drop, but in case he didn't want anyone else knowing his story, so
Oh,
so
sorry.
thanks for that. But well, I'll let it around that now.
I forgot.
But no, so our friend who overcame surviving on the side of a mountain and overcoming basically dying. And then there's stories of cool people, just people that they've met.
I was just talking about like complete strangers, like waitresses, or like the people that we spoke to in Toronto the other day.
Yeah, no, I remember so we met these women at this brewery, and one was talking about her love of travel, that she's been to Peru, that she's been to Croatia, that she's been to the UK, that she basically lives paycheck to paycheck in order to subsidize her love of travel, and she'll work to make that work because that's what she's passionate about. So there are things that I remember because we just had that conversation a few days ago.
Well, the people.
Am I going to remember this?
Like, I'm talking like a year or two. Like, you just.
Again, it depends on the individual.
Oh.
For sure. But no, I'm glad that we had a nice chat about this.
I don't think you are. As soon as he saw the Leaf jersey, he's just like.
I'm triggered, man.
But again, I'm not a Leaf fan either. It's just it was the only thing from Canada that's Canadian really that I had that was not Montreal, because that's another Pandora's box.
That's
anyway
another thing, but
anyway, we're trying to keep these episodes shorter now because that seems to work best.
seems that people just don't give a shit about listening to us for more than 10 minutes. So yeah, no, we'll
15.
that's good enough.
But happy late Canada Day.
Yeah, you're gonna get this 2 weeks from now. So happy middle of July, people.
Exactly. And stay tuned. There's more to come.
Maybe more Elmo. Hopefully not.
Oh, I wasn't even promising that.
No, not at all.
Okay. Bye.